The Superman trailer is so close I can taste it. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. Thanks for stopping by. If you're looking forward to Superman, the new DCU, and all that fun jazz, hit the subscribe button. We're going to talk about it all the time on the channel. And don't forget to click on the like. Shove us in the algorithm. Just shove us in there. Look, we're so close to this damn trailer. I cannot wait. 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. I will be sitting here. I'm going to do a I'm going to do a reaction on the trailer, and I'll do some videos about it as well in the hours and days to come and months to come until the next full-length trailer comes, because this is just a teaser. But to whet our appetites, to get us even more hyped, James Gunn has been doing the rounds. Did a video the other day on it, or yesterday, and now I want to talk a little bit more about the movie itself. First, I want to talk about the title, because the title is simply just Superman, not to confuse you with the 70s Superman starring Christopher Reeve, directed by the brilliant Richard Donner. This is just Superman, a new Superman. I actually like the title Superman, just straight up Superman. Man of Steel, great title. Superman, also a great title. Superman Returns, I'll give that one his props too. That's a good title as well. But if you're starting anew and you're giving a Superman movie, calling it Superman is going to be the greatest thing. Because even if you did call it Superman Legacy, as was the original title, when I go to that box office, which doesn't happen anymore, I buy everything on my phone, I'm going to say, a ticket for Superman, please. That's what I'm going to say. And I say please because I'm polite, because I'm in Canada. Let's look at right here. This is from The Wrap, but I got it off of DC Film News over on the Twitter. James Gunn on why he removed Legacy from the Superman title. He says, I thought maybe the title was they had a looking back feeling about it. And this isn't about looking back. This is about looking forward. And absolutely the title Superman Legacy kind of gives you the hint of, okay, this is about his past. This is about who Superman is and who Superman will become. Also, I kind of got the feeling like it was kind of like a shoving F you to the Superman of the past. I'm not going to say Henry Cavill Superman, but I'm going to say Henry Cavill Superman, which I don't take personally, so I don't want anybody to think that I do. But it kind of felt like, hey, you weren't happy with that? Here's the legacy. This is what Superman's all about. That's kind of what it felt like to me. It was a little bit antagonistic in a way. Look, I could be just reading into it. And again, I don't take it personally. I really didn't care. I'm looking forward to this damn movie. He can call it Superman poo-poo pants for all I care. I'm going to watch this movie right away. I'm super excited, but I like the title change from Legacy to it. And then Legacy, let's be honest, Superman Legacy, little pretentious on the titling there. I found it to be a little pretentious, and so I'm happy James Gunn just went with Superman. Just tell us what it is. What is this movie? Oh, it's about Superman. Cannot wait for Superman. But that's not the only thing in this movie. It's not just the title. It's more than the title. There's a whole plot to it. There's a whole storyline in there that we are not privy to. At least I'm not. I have no idea what this movie's about. I can't wait to find out what it's about. But at this moment, I don't know what it's about. So we spoke to Collider a little bit about that, and here are some key points that he brought up with that. It starts in the middle of the action. Lois and Clark know each other. Lex Luther already hates Superman. Flying action is shot with drones and inspired by Top Gun Maverick. It's not aiming to set up other projects. F it. Mr. Terrific has a big role in the film. David Cornsweet influenced the decision to wear trunks. Superman wants kids to not be afraid of him. He's an alien with incredible powers, so he dresses like a professional wrestler. Thanks to Charcuterie for putting that all together for me. I read the Collider. Go to Collider, check out the Collider stuff. It's great over there. Watch it, read it, all that fun stuff. Collider's great. I want to talk a little bit about this. I like that all the characters are already established in the world. They already know each other. Because even though, look, it's great to see how people meet and all that. We've seen it so many times. We've seen it to death. We already know. We know that they're going to meet. They're going to get together. We already know that part of the story. Let's get past it. I remember as a kid watching Batman. I'm like, okay, how many times are we going to have to sit here and see how Batman's parents got murdered in the alleyway and how he became Batman? I'm over it. I get it. We know what happens. Now, I don't really, I was really actually kind of curious to see how his Superman came to be, because when I was a kid, the Max Fleischer cartoons, he was actually brought obviously from Krypton. Asteroid comes down, and then he grows up in like an orphanage in that one, if I'm not mistaken. He grew up in an orphanage, I believe, and then he did what he did, and he worked at the Dairy Planet. Obviously, he has Mom and Pa Kent in this one, so we're not going to stick with that. But I love the idea, and I love that Lex Luthor doesn't know who Superman is, doesn't know that he's Clark Kent, but already hates him. He's already like, I hate this MFer over here. I love that we already start with that. We don't have to learn why he hates him. Look, I just saw Wicked, and Wicked is actually a a really good movie. Like, it's really solid. It should win awards. It's actually a really good 4.5 hour movie, whatever it was. Really good. But at the same time, did I need to sympathize with the Wicked Witch? Like, I was really cool with the Wicked Witch just being wicked. I don't know if I needed to see how she became wicked. It was good. Good, great songs. Great songs. I almost did this video as a musical because of that. Like, I'm kind of happy that Lex Luthor's he hates this guy. He hates Superman already. We already see, is he jealous? What is it about? But we know that he hates him, and I love that we got right into it, and we don't have to worry about how. And look, we can watch Smallville, and we can see the relationship progress if we want. Oh, it's Elseworlds. Who cares? So you can watch that if you want. And I love the idea that he already hates Superman. Superman is already established in this world. That's something I'm very curious about. We've only ever seen him. I guess again, I kind of compared this to Superman Returns before, and I feel like we're going to get the same kind of vibe in the way of how they're kind of going to compare with the Donner movies. But I feel like, other than that, we've never really seen Superman exist in the world already, right? It's kind of him coming in to the world and finding his self out. He's already going to have the Fortress of Solitude. That's already going to be his home base, right? That's where he's going to go to chill out and listen to Creed or whatever. Like, that's going to be already established. And I'm kind of cool with that. Like, is Crypto the one that comes in? Did we meet Crypto in this movie for the first time? That's something that I think about. I want to talk a little bit about the drone stuff too. He's being influenced by Top Gun Maverick for the action. Brilliant idea. You have a guy flying around, other characters flying around. Why not go with one of the highest grossing movies of the last 10 years in Top Gun Maverick, a movie that had like a legacy sequel, which this isn't, but it is, that hit it out of the park. Why wouldn't you? Like, the action in that movie was phenomenal. I totally was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I never thought of it, and that's why I'm not James Gunn. That's why I'm shooting with a Canon T3i that my friend gave me, and IMAX. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think I think the action is going to be spectacular. Don't know how much we're going to get of that in the trailer tomorrow, but I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like and how it all works out in the movie. And if it was shot, I mean, I might want to go see this in IMAX. I might drive. An IMAX theater for me is over an hour away. I might drive that hour to watch this in IMAX. Maybe not. But maybe. Mr. Terrific has a big role in the film. I'm kind of surprised, but when I did the video the other day, I was putting in some of the behind-the-scenes photos that kind of leaked online, and I noticed that he was in a bunch of those shots. I was like, I wonder if he has a bigger role. So this doesn't surprise me too much. What that role is and how maybe it works into Maxwell Lord, I don't like, or him maybe dejecting from Lord or trying to recruit Clark in there or something. I don't really know what the angle is going to be played there. There's multiple that they could do. So, but I get why it would be Mr. Terrific. Like, based on the pictures that we've seen, he's in quite a few of the outside ones that's separate from Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl. So it made sense to me that he would be in there. But the final thing that they mention here is the trunks back on the suit. Now, I've seen comments being like, I hate the trunks on the suit. Why would they bring trunks on the suit? It's kind of stupid. I grew up with the trunks on the suit. That was my Superman. Like, there was no other. I remember, and you probably can look this up on YouTube, but when Nicolas Cage was up for Superman, he was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Look it up. I don't know if it even exists, if you can find it, but I used to watch The Tonight Show and Letterman all the time as a kid. So Leno and Letterman, I would flip back and forth. And he said how he wasn't sure he wanted to wear the trunks, and the audience kind of moaned, and my son said, you have to wear the trunks. And then when the Henry Cavill one came to Snyder when there was no trunks, and I always kind of thought about that interview with him, and I'm like, I mean, the trunks to me, like I said, Man of Steel is my favorite, so they're inconsequential at the end of the day to me, but it's still something about Superman, man. And what Corn Sweat said, like, I feel like, James Gunn has said how much Corn Sweat is like perfectly cast as Superman, and it's easy to say that when you're the person who cast him. But I kind of like everything you hear about him, everything that you're seeing. I kind of feel like we're in for an iconic performance, whether or not we're willing to accept Corn Sweat's performance as iconic. Is a different story, because there's people, like me, who love having Henry Cavill, who I think I will, but I don't know if a lot of people will be able to see past that. They're going to be able to accept somebody other than Cavill as Superman. Or Christopher Reeve is obviously the bigger one, right? The one that is who everybody holds as the perfect casting for Superman. And of course, what happens to be better. Can you even admit that is the question? Like, how do you admit that without being like shunned we're canceled from humanity. So I'm really curious there. But I think we're in for a special performance from Corn Sweat. I think this movie as a whole is going to be quite special. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be like any other Superman we've ever gotten. I think there's going to be little pieces of everything we've had in there. I think it's going to respect the character, respect the legacy, and bring the DCU to the forefront and let everyone know, like, hey, this is it. This is what we're all about. Quality over quantity in the DCU. Let me know what you guys think of all of James Gunn's comments in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear. I'm looking forward to this movie. Once again, everybody, I really appreciate your time. Give us a like and a subscribe. And until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.